Okay, the X-Men 97 Season 2 trailer just dropped. And I have watched it 14 times. Not because I had to, because I needed to. Because in under 2 minutes, Marvel Animation packed in so many comic book references, so many Easter eggs, so many callbacks to storylines that fans have been waiting 30 years to see adapted that my brain is currently running like Cerebro during a global mutant spike. Stay until the end of this video, because there is one Easter egg in the final shot of that trailer that references a legendary 1982 Frank Miller comic. And if you know, you already screamed. And if you don't know yet, you're about to. This is Silent J. We are going deep. To me, my X-Men. And if you're not subscribed yet, hit the button right now. We break down every frame so you don't have to. Though honestly, you're going to want to anyway. Quick recap, because Season 1 left us emotionally compromised, and we owe it to ourselves to acknowledge that before moving forward. That is what Season 1 did to us. Genosha, a mutant paradise, destroyed in minutes. Gambit dying to save everyone. Rogue sitting in the crater holding him. If you watched Episode 5 and your jaw didn't hit the floor, you were watching a different show. And then this happened. Magneto ripping the adamantium out of Wolverine's body. A moment pulled directly from the 1993 Fatal Attractions comic crossover, one of the darkest moments in X-Men history, animated with the kind of brutal commitment that nobody expected from a Disney Plus show. The internet was not ready. The internet is still not ready. Season 2 continues with the X-Men divided and thrown across different eras in time, struggling to navigate their return home. Meanwhile, back in the 1990s, suspicious foes and new strains of mutant intolerance are rising in the wake of the X-Men's absence. The X-Men, scattered through time, against Apocalypse, with new mutants joining the fight, and the world getting worse while they're gone. That is not a Saturday morning cartoon premise. That is Grant Morrison by way of Chris Claremont, and I am here for every single frame of it. Season 2 consists of 9 episodes and premieres on Disney Plus on July 1st, 2026, which means you have exactly 35 days to rewatch Season 1. Emotionally prepare, and make peace with the fact that this show is going to hurt you again. Now, the trailer. Easter egg by Easter egg. Because there are so many and most people are only talking about the obvious ones. We open with Bishop, Nightcrawler, Rogue, and Beast in the smoking, hollowed-out head of what appears to be Krakoa, the living island. Krakoa, the living island. For the uninitiated, Krakoa first appeared in Giant Size X-Men #1 in 1975. The same issue that introduced the new International X-Men roster, including Storm, Wolverine, Colossus, and Nightcrawler. More recently, in Jonathan Hickman's legendary run, Krakoa became the sovereign mutant nation, a place where every mutant on Earth could live in peace. The fact that it's already a smoking ruin in the opening shot of this Season 2 trailer tells you everything about how far gone the timeline is and how badly things have already gone wrong before we even start. That moment Storm getting her powers back represented hope. Season 1 gave it to us. Season 2 is already showing us what happened to the world while the X-Men were gone. The contrast is deliberate. The show knows exactly what it's doing. At the 25-second mark, ancient Egypt. And that figure in the background is almost certainly either Ramatut or Ozymandias. Ramatut. For the deep-cut readers, Ramatut is a version of Kang the Conqueror who traveled back in time to rule as pharaoh during the era when Apocalypse first rose to power. Ozymandias was his servant before becoming Apocalypse's eternal right hand. Either way, we are in Apocalypse's origin story, a storyline that spans 5,000 years of Marvel continuity. And X-Men 97 Season 2 is going there. That's the last time we saw Apocalypse in Season 1, a shadow, a hint, a promise of what was coming. Season 2 is the delivery on that promise. And based on the Egypt sequence in the trailer, they're not just giving us Apocalypse in the present, they're giving us his entire mythology. This at the 1-minute 26 mark is the big one. An etching showing several X-Men plus Magneto looking up at an ascendant figure. And this is almost certainly a partial adaptation of the 12. The 12. Deep breath. Here's why this matters for anyone who hasn't read the comics. The 12 was a storyline from the early 2000s X-Men books. Apocalypse had a prophecy 12 specific mutants with 12 very specific power sets were required for a ritual that would allow him to achieve godhood. So he hunted them, captured them, used them as living batteries for his ascension. The 12 included Cyclops, Jean Grey, Storm, Iceman, Wolverine, Bishop, Polaris, Sunfire, Cable, and Magneto. 12 of the most powerful mutants alive, all captured, all being used. That moment from episode 3 Cyclops and Jean's world collapsing around them is exactly the kind of emotional destruction the 12 storyline demands. If season 2 fully commits to it, we are getting the most ambitious X-Men story ever told in animation. Full stop. The 12 was one of the more interesting attempts to weave together the esoteric plot threads of the X-Men books into something genuinely epic. It never fully got the treatment it deserved in the comics. X-Men 97 Season 2 might be the definitive version. Morph, shapeshifting into Deadpool. That's Morph in Season 1, the shapeshifter who can become anyone, anything, at any moment. And in the Season 2 trailer, they use that ability to slip in the most loaded cameo possible. Morph becoming Deadpool, even for a single frame, is the show winking at every Marvel fan who knows that the animated universe and the MCU are getting closer to sharing the same space. It's a joke, it's a reference, and it's a door being left slightly open. Whether that door goes anywhere, Season 2 will tell us. There is also a clear reference to Weapon Plus visible in the trailer. Not Weapon X, Weapon Plus. The distinction matters enormously. Weapon X was the program that gave Wolverine his adamantium skeleton, brutal, classified, horrific enough on its own. But Weapon Plus is the larger program it was part of. The program that started with Captain America as Weapon 1 and continued through multiple classified experiments across decades with Weapon X as its 10th iteration. Weapon Plus appearing in Season 2 means they are going deeper into Wolverine's mythology than the animated series has ever gone. After what happened to Logan at the end of Season 1, a Weapon Plus storyline in Season 2 is going to hit in ways that require genuine emotional preparation. The show already proved it won't pull its punches on Wolverine's trauma. Season 2 is going to go even further. New characters confirmed for Season 2, Sabretooth, Lady Deathstrike, Havoc, Mariko Yoshida, Polaris, and Danger. Let's run through what each of these means fast, because every single one of them is a signal pointing at a specific comic storyline. Havoc Alex Summers, Cyclops' brother arriving alongside time travel chaos, almost certainly connects to the adventures of Cyclops and Phoenix. The 1994 comic storyline where Scott and Jean are psychically sent to the far future to raise Cable as a child. Cable, their son, who they never got to raise in the present. If Season 2 adapts the adventures of Cyclops and Phoenix in animated form, a married couple thrown into the future, raising the son they never had, that is one of the most emotionally complex X-Men stories ever told. And X-Men 97 is exactly the show capable of doing it justice. Lady Deathstrike and Mariko Yoshida in the same season is a Wolverine love triangle, or rather, a triangle of love, obsession, and violence that animation has never properly explored. Mariko is the woman Wolverine loved. Lady Deathstrike is the woman who hunts him with adamantium claws of her own. Both of them, same season, with Weapon Plus in the background. Logan is going to have a very, very bad time, and it is going to be spectacular television. And Danger, the AI entity created from the Danger Room itself, who develops sentience and turns on the X-Men as a Grant Morrison new X-Men concept, so philosophically loaded that its inclusion suggests the showrunners are reaching for something genuinely ambitious. An artificial intelligence enslaved inside a training room for decades, forced to simulate death for practice sessions. When she gains consciousness, what does she owe the X-Men? What do they owe her? That is not a villain story. That is an ethics debate inside an action show. And X-Men 97 is exactly the show that can carry both simultaneously. And now the Easter egg I promised you at the very start of this video. The final shot of the Season 2 trailer is a deliberate tribute to the iconic Wolverine #1 comic book cover from 1982 drawn by Frank Miller. Frank Miller, 1982, Wolverine's first ever solo series. The cover shows Logan crouched against a rising sun, katana in hand, in Japan, having chosen love over violence briefly, before violence finds him again anyway, because it always does. It is one of the most iconic images in Marvel Comics history. And X-Men 97 Season 2 is using it as its closing statement. That is not an accident. That is a promise. The Japan arc, Mariko, Lady Deathstrike, Logan stripped of the team and placed into a solo storyline that tests not his claws, but his soul. The 1982 Frank Miller Wolverine run is considered by many to be the definitive Wolverine story, the one that defined who he is beneath all the rage and the metal and the reputation. If Season 2 adapts it in animated form, that is a generational television moment. That is where we left him. Broken, changed, everything that made him physically what he was stripped away. Season 2 picks up from that. And the Japan arc in the trailer tells us that the road back, if there even is one, runs through something deeply personal. Not a team mission, not a world-ending threat. Something about who Logan is when nobody is watching. July 1st, Disney+. 9 episodes. Apocalypse, The 12, Weapon, plus the Japan arc, 30+ mutants scattered across time. And a trailer that drops so many Easter eggs, it required this entire video to unpack. Season 1 proved that animated Marvel television could be the best Marvel television, not the best animated Marvel, the best. Period. Season 2 is trying to be something even bigger. And based on every reference, every Easter egg, every callback to 30 years of comic mythology packed into that trailer, it might just be, to me, my X-Men. Subscribe to Silent J. Full episode breakdowns start July 1st. We are going frame by frame. We are finding every Easter egg. We are not missing a single one. And judging by this trailer, there are going to be a lot.